Calaroga Shark Media.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for choosing to spend a few minutes with me in your ears today. There is comedy news, and hi, I'm Johnny Mac. Ricky Gervais' Armageddon, new special out on Netflix today. I've got a clip for you. I have trimmed this a little bit because he says some naughty words, and we don't do that on this podcast, but here's Ricky.
It's very sad, but we all die. We all know we're going to die, and we all do die, so it doesn't really matter if we die one at a time along the way or all at once in one big final Armageddon. The result is we're all going to be dead one day, and we're all going to be dead forever. And I've been to a lot of funerals in my time. You live this long, you know a lot of people, they die, right? And I don't mind funerals because it's the end. You know what I mean? I hate weddings. So much hope, you know what I mean? And they're needy and arrogant. It's out. They go, oh, do you want to come and watch us for 12 hours? No. And then you go, oh, right, yeah, when is it? And they go, 2 years' time. They know you haven't got an excuse for 2 years' time. So you just have to hope that one of them dies.
Ricky had previously said in a statement, for the next 2,000 years, people will remember the 25th day of December as the day Armageddon was released on Netflix. There has been some controversy about this show, a joke about terminally ill children. I talked about that as the first story in Thursday's podcast if you want to go back. One social media user said, we can all take a good joke, but this is below the belt for Ricky, and not one part of making jokes about ill children is funny, vile. Another user said, this is the most vile attempted comedy I've ever seen. Sick and dying children wish for a video for him, and he mocks them like this. Shame on you, Ricky Gervais. This is quite the Christmas episode so far, isn't it? As I recapped on Thursday, I'll do it again quickly here. Ricky told BBC Radio 5 Live, people don't analyze the joke. They feel something. That's what the offense is. It's feeling. That's why I'm offended. It's quite meaningless. What do you want me to change? Some people were circulating a petition to have Netflix edit the special, and Ricky responded, good luck. I'll even retweet it. From Rolling Stone UK, The Office UK's Christmas specials turned 20 this month. Ricky said, I'm still very proud of it. Despite experiencing fame before The Office, Ricky had a short-lived pop career and 2 Channel 4 TV shows. It was David Brent who helped him break through. Ricky said, The Office is where all those big opportunities really started for me. It was the thing I tried my hardest at, and I got an A. Growing up as comedy fans, writes Rolling Stone, Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant were well aware of the power Christmas specials held on viewers and saw them as something to aspire to when developing their own sitcoms. I guess that's why Ricky released a special today. Good call, because, after the morning, it's kind of like, what are we going to do? Watch football, and then you need something to watch? I'm looking forward to watching this one, so I can finally include my top comedy specials of 2023, or not include it. Maybe it's not good. I think it's going to be good. Stephen Merchant said, Christmas TV was a big part of my childhood. Sitting down as a family and watching a Christmas edition of something felt like an occasion. That's why we did Christmas specials for extras in The Office, because they felt significant. So the fact that this features on lists of favorite Christmas TV is very pleasing. Ricky likes that The Office is 12 episodes and done. He said, we didn't want to do a 3rd season because we always thought Fawlty Towers was the paradigm. Well, somebody better tell John Cleese he's bringing it back. Merchant said, we thought the special was a bonus. Merchant added, we were worried we'd run out of steam. I mean, how many embarrassing faux pas can we have David Brent make? And how long is this simmering romance between Tim and Dawn going to go on? I don't know. Apparently you could have done 4 seasons and then had them get married and then brought in Ed Helms and had the show go downhill in quality. Could have done that. Merchant said there was anxiety around quality control dipping and it not being as good. Yeah, I think I could show them a model for that. Originally conceived as one long episode, but later split in 2 by the BBC, The Office Christmas specials aired on December 26th and 27th, 2003. Catching up with David, Tim, Dawn, Gareth, and the rest of the Warnham office a year after we last saw them battling redundancy and swiftly fizzling fame, we find David Brent at his lowest ebb, while Tim is still recovering from his awkward attempt at winning Dawn's heart in Series 2's bittersweet finale, where Dawn went to Florida with her boyfriend Lee. Ricky said, we thought the hook could be that the first 2 seasons had gone out and the characters were now aware of it. Secretly, it was always about fame and comedy. David Brent thought he was a comedian. It was all about ego, being loved, and please make me famous. It was nice to show that things didn't always turn out well, and he had the wrong sort of fame. Merchant says by 2003, the reality TV format had become quite set by that point. You'd have shows, a bit of downtime, and then they'd revisit the old gang to see what they were up to. It seemed like a natural way of doing it. In that downtime, David Brent had been busy. He spent his nights making guest appearances at dive bars. It's a nomadic existence, spent either alone in his car, in cheap hotels, or haunting backstage areas, showing us David Brent at his bleakest, but also his most sympathetic. Ricky said, I wanted people to feel it. It was a fake documentary, but it had to be real. When people are crazy comedy characters, you don't care about them when something goes wrong. Whereas if you've earned it, it resonates because you suddenly feel responsible. Someone can be an idiot in the office, but they might go home and cry for all we know. So I wanted that discomfort. I want us to feel a bit guilty about what we do to normal people because they want to be famous. Merchant said, I think perhaps we took it too far. I was in a pub playing pool on the night the second episode aired, and some guys next to me said, did you see The Office last night? And his friend said, yeah, it was all right, but that ending was a bit depressing. I wanted to lean over and go, it was a two-parter. Go home and watch the second one because there's a happy ending. From The Independent, Ricky Gervais was not impressed by Jamie Oliver's Christmas turkey hack, which Oliver showed on a recent episode of The Graham Norton Show. The short clip shown on Norton shows Jamie Oliver securing a bay leaf to a clementine using a clove to stab the fruit. Jamie Oliver then microwaves the clementine until piping hot before placing it inside his raw turvity's cavity. Gervais jumped in and said, sorry, how is that a recipe? Stick an orange up a turkey's butt? How's that a recipe? We all know that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but Gabriel Iglesias has a point. Gremlins is a Christmas movie. He says, there are Christmas trees, there's snow, and the Gremlins destroying Santa Claus statues. All right. Not sure how comedy related this one is, but it made me laugh when I was prepping for today. Apparently in Ireland, there's a tradition called the 12 Pubs of Christmas. Love it. Irish Central writes, on Christmas morning all over Ireland, there'll be countless people thanking their lucky stars, not because they're looking forward to opening presents. It's because they know that once Christmas arrives, they no longer have to suffer the wrath of the 12 Pubs of Christmas hangover. SantaCon may be happening in the U.S. now, but as usual, the Irish come out on top in terms of how to properly have the crack this Christmas time. Brought up crack recently, C-R-A-I-C. No, we're not doing rock cocaine. Crack means fun. All right, how does this work? Over the course of an evening, you, along with your sisters and brothers in indulgence, visit 12 bars and attempt to have a drink in every one of them. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. You wear Christmas jumpers or sweaters or Santa hats. Okay, we know how to do that. But Irish Central points out, anyone who thinks the hardest thing about the night is to drink 12 pints should think again, because there are rules. The rules vary from group of friends, but here are some of the rules that you might follow. No drinking with your right hand in the first pub. No pointing at people in the second pub. No talking to anyone you know in the third pub. No sitting, resting, or leaning in the fourth pub. I'd fail there. And no using the restroom in the fifth pub. I'm definitely out. And so on and so on. There's usually a maximum limit of 30 minutes per pub and a designated rule keeper with a whistle to keep the gang on track. What if you break a rule or you face a penalty? You might have to gulp down a large amount of your drink. Irish Central writes, nearly every 12 pubs this author has ever attended has usually ended with a happy consensus to stay put around bar number 6 or 7, with fellow 12 pub goers only too happy to enjoy the crack and merriment in the bar, then brave the cold, rainy December warmth in search of another. From Harper's Bazaar, 50 Christmas movies that'll make you less miserable this season. I'm not going to read all 50. Let's skim down this and see what I find. The Santa Claus. Okay, that's number 1. Jingle All the Way. Get Santa. Home Alone 2. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Ernest Saves Christmas. Forgot that happened. I'm just waiting to see if there's an Adam Sandler movie on here. There's got to be, right? Elf at number 17. Scrooged at 19. Christmas Vacation at 20. Trading Places. How's that a Christmas movie? You can tell me on Facebook. I don't care. No Sandler on there. Isn't that surprising? There should be some Sandler on there. I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write the plot of an Adam Sandler Christmas movie. Okay. It has called it The Christmas Chaos Crusaders. ChatGPT's plot. Adam Sandler stars as Dave. I'm reading this. It just printed. A lovable but perpetually unlucky guy who has a deep passion for Christmas, but always seems to find himself in holiday-related disasters. Dave lives in a small, tight-knit neighborhood that takes Christmas decorations and festivities very seriously. One year, Dave's neighbor, Mr. Johnson, declares that he will win the annual neighborhood Christmas decorating contest at all costs. This is the Eddie Murphy plot, ChatGPT. That's what I've been saying, that Eddie Murphy Christmas movie that just came out. That should have been an Adam Sandler movie. The internet agrees with me. I'm not even reading the rest of this. The Christmas Chaos Crusaders. Come on, ChatGPT. Not only is that a bad Adam Sandler movie, it's not even original. That's your comedy news for today. Merry Christmas. See you tomorrow.